Bitcoin leaving a CME gap at the start of Sunday. Are we going to end up retracing back down to fill that CME gap? Or are we going to continue higher from here on out, maybe looking for that 11K mark where the other CME gap is located? So CME gaps all over the place. But hey, thanks for coming back to the channel, everyone. This is Crypto Takeover. I hope that y'all are enjoying the content. If y'all are, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way y'all can be updated every single video that we make. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so if y'all are brand new to the channel, we use the market Cipher indicator by CryptoFace on this channel. I actually just purchased the TD sequential by TakeOver, which is also known as the TI sequential as well. So y'all could probably notice a few different things here on my charts now. But we're kind of referencing this just a tad bit. I'm still learning a little bit more about it as well. So also if y'all want to check out the TI sequential, check out TakeOver as well. Another well-respected trader inside of the crypto community from here on out. So thanks for tuning in, y'all. I appreciate all the love and support that y'all are showing me, all the comments and everything as well. So please leave a comment down below, hit the thumbs up button, help the algorithm grow. We're doing our next giveaway at 3,000 subs as well. So I hope that y'all stick around for that too. And in order to qualify for that, you need to be signed up for the newsletter. So you can find the second link in the description box, I believe, is the newsletter link. And go ahead and get signed up, and that way y'all can be qualified for the newsletter. So we're looking at our 15-minute time frame. This is usually where we start off at. Usually the TI sequential is more or less used on the higher time frames, but we use market Cipher. Market Cipher is really good on some of these lower time frames as well. So we can see here on our 15-minute, we're starting to lose a little bit of that money flow from our last pump all the way up to that 7,800 area. So, or the 9,800 area, excuse me. But this was a noticeable thing that occurred too, was that our last pump that we had was all the way up to about that 9,900 area. And as we start to zoom out a little bit, we'll see that we are currently still putting in somewhat of a lower high from our 10K pump that we had. So we had that 10K pump, we retraced, we went all the way back up to 9,900, retraced, and now we had another pump all the way back up to that 9,800 area, and now it looks like we are retracing. So still putting in some lower highs here, finding major resistance at this trendline structure here. So I think that it's going to take quite a bit of volume from the bulls to kind of push through here. We can see that on our VWAP here, we have been kind of making support above our VWAP as of today. We'll have to see exactly what happens when the CMEs decide to open. We closed our CMEs at about 9,300. So if we come back down to retrace, that is a firm possibility moving forward from here on out. But as we start to dive into some of these higher time frames, we'll have to take a look at them and see. So let's move on into our 30-minute time frame here. 30-minute time frame still showing a bit of a sell-off as of right now, but we did have this nice pump up in the wee morning hours of Sunday to also signify that we were pumping, but now we are starting to have a little bit of a bearish count as of right now. So when these when the count starts to turn red, that obviously means that there's a bearish count happening too as well. I like to use the Heikinashis with market Cipher in general, and so I am using that same with the TD sequential. But if you change the candle, sometimes you'll get a different count. But as you can see here, we are starting to get a little bit of a bearish count here on our 45-minute as well. Money flow is also kind of rounding down just a tad bit. We're obviously putting in a big anchor wave up here, but I don't know if we'll end up getting a little bit of a trigger wave before we cross the zero pivot point. But as of right now, it does look like we are retracing from that 7,800 top area and kind of making our way back to the VWAP, maybe retesting that as support as well moving forward. Let's move on into our 45-minute. And our 45-minute time frame also starting to give us a little bit of a bearish count as of right now, but we can also see that we are putting in a nice little anchor wave here. Money flow is still relatively good right now, but it is putting in somewhat of a lower high than our run up that we had all the way back up to that 9,900 area. So this is definitely going to be a turning decision point for us moving forward from here on out. As we start to get into the peak of this symmetrical triangle, we'll have to make a decision point, and based on some of the higher time frames, I think we can kind of tell exactly where that might play out at too. Let's move on into our 1 hour real quick. And so our 1 hour too, also starting to give us a little bit of a bearish count as of right now from our recent run up. Usually, you know, a nice top indication would be like a 7 or 8 or 9 on the TI sequential. But we can also see that we are getting this red dot here on Cipher B on our 1 hour. And now we're starting to retrace just a tad bit. Usually I want to see a 3 or a 4 indicating a stronger trend reversal to take place, you know, to signify a little bit more of a sell-off that might occur of the TI sequential as well. But as of right now, it looks like we're only getting a 1-2, and then we'll have to see a 3. We'll want to see a 3 probably close below the 2 candle too as well, to maybe make a lower low. And then if we get the 4, then obviously we'll probably be headed a little bit further down too as well. But usually we want to make sure that when these candle body closes, if it's a bearish count, we want to make sure that it closes below the previous candle. If it's a bullish count, we want to make sure that it closes above the previous candle too, right? So because this was a 5 right here, we were kind of getting a notification that we could be headed back the other direction, because this candle body closed below our previous 4 count, bullish count. So currently still making our way above our key EMA here too as well. So the fact that if we do come back down to retest that area, that is a possibility that we'll have to kind of see if we come back down and retest that key EMA, which is sitting right at about our VWAP, and we bounce from that. That's a good indication that the bulls will still probably try and move this a little bit higher from here on out. But we are seeing our resistance line at about that 9,900 area once again, where we actually topped out back at about here, and now it looks like we're kind of topping out at about that 9,800 area, putting in a you know, what I'm saying is a lower low from that 10K area run up that we had all the way back over here. So, you know, still some lower lows happening. As we start to get into this symmetrical triangle, you know, we'll have to make a decision. BTC will have to make a decision point from there on out. So let's, oh yeah, by the way, y'all, I do have a trading group that y'all can join if y'all would like to. Y'all get a few different perks here. Y'all get access to my private VIP channel inside of the Discord server, access to about 12 to 15 different Patreon posts as well. Some private videos in that Patreon post. I tell you how I get my charts set up, and a few other things on indicators and how I set them up as well. But then also some other, you know, inside information that I also accumulate from different directions in the crypto sphere as well. And then I like to combine it into my Patreon posts for the most part. So y'all get some of that information as well, other data that I'm pulling from other sites or other people in general. And then also altcoin analysis charts. If y'all want an altcoin analysis review, then just mention it whenever you join, and then I'll be happy to do a review for you and post it inside of the Patreon page for you as well. And then also I do daily summaries too. After I do my YouTube videos, usually I'll write out a daily summary of deeper in-depth analysis and where I think market might be headed to and what direction. Then also I have a bot signals channel inside of the Discord server. It gives you about 3 to 5 trades a week depending on volatility, but obviously use the bot at your own discretion. I will not be advising every move on every single bot, and the bot is not there to give you financial advice either, and neither am I. So you need to do your own due diligence in these markets. You are the one that pushes the button. You are the one that makes that trade and make sure that you are using proper risk management. So we have a lot of helpful people inside of the group too as well. You know, so if y'all are interested in joining and y'all are kind of new to the space too, y'all can come in there, ask a bunch of questions if you'd like, and we'll help you out to the best of our ability as well. So feel free to get signed up for it if y'all are interested in that. And then also I have a YouTube membership page that y'all can sign up for. It's a little bit cheaper than the Patreon page itself, but with the YouTube membership page. Basically, I'll give you a chart to pick from, or you can pick from whatever chart that you've been viewing or have viewed in the past months or weeks or whatever that you're interested in trading, and I'll give you an in-depth analysis with my indicators that I use to decide what I think the market could be moving towards as well. So you can get a couple of picks per month, but if you want to sign up for it, feel free to sign up for the YouTube membership page. That is available, and it is a little bit cheaper than the Patreon page as well. Then also, I am doing the newsletter. The giveaways are occurring here and there. So our next giveaway is at 3,000 subs. And in order to be qualified for that, you need to be signed up for the newsletter. So make sure that you're signed up. Links in the description box if you're interested in signing up for it. I will be giving away, I think, $100 in one of the favorite cryptocurrencies. So one of the top 5, I believe, on the market cap, I'll go ahead and pick from, and I'll give $100 away to to one of our subs, or if you one of our newsletter subscribers as well. So make sure that you're signed up so I can do the giveaway and that I can actually give you the money. So it's going to be $100 for 3,000 subs. So go ahead and share this video, like, comment, hit the notification bell so that way y'all can be updated. I'll come to the conclusion. It's going to be $100. So hopefully y'all enjoy that. And I'm looking forward to doing that giveaway at 3,000 subs. So go ahead, make sure that you share this video, get the word out there that Crypto Takeover is doing a giveaway at 3,000 subs, $100 giveaway, and we can get ready for that then too. Also, the Discord server is available. If y'all do want to sign up for it, feel free to sign up for it. You do need to make sure that you abide by the rules and guidelines. So whenever you click the link to join the Discord server, you'll be sent to a welcome page. And then on that welcome page, we'll have a rules and guidelines. Then once you've read through them, click the little checkbox down below that. Then you'll have access to the full Discord server. And then obviously the trading group part of that Discord server is private. So you will need to sign up through Patreon in order to become a part of that private category on the server as well. Let's jump back into the charts here. Let me click my little Brave browser ad and get that BAT token for us. Some Ethereum news there. All right, so we're looking at our 1 hour here. We can also see that we're starting our bearish count here. Looks like we're putting in a 3, but we need to see this drop a little bit lower if we're gonna probably start to head back down in a retracement fashion as well. Let's move on into our 90-minute time frame. 90-minute time frame, starting to put in somewhat of a red candle here, red outline candle at least. So we'll have to see exactly how this decides to play out. We can also see on our 90-minute, we've kind of been rounding off on our money flow just a tad bit ever since our top out at that 10K area. And then now we're kind of putting in, our 10K area is back here, but this was, even here, you can see here on our 10K, we had a higher high with our money flow, and then now we're putting in lower highs from our 9,900 top out, and then from our 9,800 top out. We are putting in lower highs on our money flow. We're getting a red dot here as well, maybe indicating that we could see a little bit more retracement. Let's go on into our 2 hour too as well. 2 hour, no sign of a red dot just yet. We are getting a little bit of we got a bullish count here, but as you can see, our 4 closed below our 3, probably indicating and maybe even putting in a little bit of a doji here to send us back down the opposite direction. So we'll have to keep an eye on that moving forward and decide what the market wants to give us from there on out. Let's move on into our 3 hour, 4 hour. Let's go on into our 4 hour. 4 hour time frame. Also a little bit of a bullish count here. It looks like we're getting a 5, but it is closing. The wick is closing. We're closing below our wick on the 4 count. So obviously maybe putting in somewhat of a, definitely a little bit of a reversal pattern here. The fact that we are getting that 5 there. We'll have to continue to zoom out a little bit because the TD sequential there, the TI sequential works better almost on the daily time frames too as well. So once we start to get into the daily time frames, we'll really take a look at it. We can see with our money flow, we are still putting in a lower high, even with our 9,800 push to the top side here. So putting in a lower high still on our money flow, maybe indicating that money is still trying to sell off just a tad bit. Still finding nice support above our key EMA here though as well. You know, we had a little bit of a dip down below it, but now we are pushing back above it as well. So definitely something not to be not to ignore, at least, to say the least. But as we continue to ride this EMA up, then we'll have to anticipate further prices as well. Let's move on into our 6 hour. Let's go into our 8 hour actually. So our 8 hour time frame giving us a little bit of a bullish count as well, but closing below our wick here at that 2. So another strong indication was this topping out here at this 9. We had a 9 here with the arrow to the downside, gave us this nice little short if we wanted to take it too. That would have been a nice indication. I didn't get the TD. I actually didn't order the TI sequential until a couple of days ago, so still trying to figure out exactly, you know, where would be good ins and outs of the market. We had a 9 here, had a 9 right here on our 8 hour as well, indicating some topping out patterns for the most part. But we are starting to get another bullish count here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, but it could end up being something like this. We would probably want to see another 4 close above this 3 if we're going to continue to be bullish here. Money flow still looking relatively healthy on our 8 hour as well. We are putting in somewhat of some trigger waves here from our big anchor waves, topping out at that 9,900 area as well, or actually the 10K area. So honestly, this could end up being somewhat of a, you know, a little bit of a head and shoulders, but that's pretty sloppy head and shoulders, to be honest. So we're really just gonna have to wait to see exactly how these patterns want to play out and move forward from there. But as we start to get into this symmetrical wedge here, then we will definitely have a break to one side or the other, and we'll have to see exactly how that plays out. Let's move on into our 12 hour. 12 hours starting our bullish count here. We'll have to see exactly how this wants to play out. But if we have a 1, I've seen a 1, and then, you know, immediately have another bearish one too as well. But the fact that we're holding above our key EMA here is another bullish sign too. So if we want to push a little bit higher, we're actually going to have to wait to see how this, this 12-hour candle closes for the most part moving forward from here on out. If y'all do want to join the Telegram group, oops, I just exited out of it, but the Telegram channel is available if y'all want to join the Telegram channel. Feel free to join us on there. I'll do updates, things that I'm seeing on the charts as well. I'll update the Telegram channel periodically with that, and then also just announcements that I have going on with CryptoTakeOver you can check out as well. If y'all are wanting to upgrade to a premium plan, Pro Plus plan, or Pro plan, I show you how to get these for 60% off inside of the Patreon page as well. So there's a private video in there, and I show you how to get these plans for 60% off, for 50 to 60% off if y'all are interested in that. But I would at least recommend having the Pro Plus plan if you are using some of these indicators, such as the market Cipher indicator. The Pro Plus plan just allows you to have a few more indicators on the screen besides just the ones that you paid for. So I also have the buy and sell signals as well that I had recently just turned on here. There we go. And also our Aldo EMAs, which are our key EMAs combined into one indicator as well. I tell y'all how to set those up inside of the Patreon page. So definitely a lot of content in there for y'all to review. And I highly encourage that y'all watch those videos before y'all jump into the Discord group and start asking a bunch of questions too as well. Make sure that you go back. There's not that many videos, y'all. Go back into the Patreon page, watch the private videos, figure out how to set this up for yourself, so that way y'all can see what I'm seeing on my charts too, for the most part, okay? And that'll make a lot of sense. Let's move on into our daily. Moving on into our daily here. We're starting to get another, still continuing our bullish count here. So that's quite interesting as well moving forward. We did have our 9 on the TI sequential here pushing us down, but it didn't quite play out the way we wanted it to. But as we start to move into some of these higher time frames, we can start to see that, it does look like we might want to top out, especially on our higher time frames here. I'll go ahead and show you all those too and see, just to show you what I'm seeing too for the most part. Our money flow is still looking really nice here though, so we probably want to see some rounded structure to send us further back to the downside. If we end up coming back up to retest 10K, it definitely looks like we could break through it. but I think it's going to be really, really hard. We'll probably see a lot of price fluctuation from here on out, and probably a very high volatility state for Bitcoin to make itself into this wedge here and then this wedge here. That is going to be very interesting for us moving forward. Let's move on into our 2-day. So our 2-day also giving us, so on our 2-day we're starting to get a little bit of a bearish count here, a 1-2, but we need to see these candles start to close below our previous candles in order for that bearish count to play out for the most part. We are getting a little bit of a rounded money flow here, or not money flow, but our Cipher B momentum wave. We are starting to round off just a tad bit. So whether or not we continue back down to the downside or we come back up and put in another green dot, that is a possibility that we need to be aware of moving forward. If y'all do want to sign up for 3 commas allows you to make trading bots for yourself as well. You can find the links in the description box, so you can make trading bots for yourself to DCA into the markets and in and out. So check that out if y'all are interested. If y'all just want to buy and hodl and don't want to have to worry about trading, that's a good idea too. Given this next cycle that we're into, after the halving, this next 4-year cycle for the halving, we're probably going to end up making a nice substantial run up too, but we need to be able to learn how to, if you want to know how to short this market, there's platforms for that as well. But if you just want to buy and hodl and, if you're long on Bitcoin for the really, really long term, which, I think we're all here for that same reason, then go ahead and buy a cold storage device and get your coins off of the exchange, not your keys, not your coins, right? And I believe that they're doing a special right now because of the halving. So feel free to check the link in the description box and, support the channel. So also we use Bybit. If y'all are interested in signing up for a leverage exchange, I would recommend Bybit. Just make sure that you access the testnet first when you sign up. Come over here, ask chat support how to access the testnet. It's like a 2-step process. They'll step you through it, and you just want to start by trading fake BTC first, and then you can actually deposit your real BTC onto the exchange. Make sure that you understand the platform for the most part and know how to get in and out of the markets relatively well. Prime XBT is also another leverage trading exchange that y'all can trade the S&P 500, gold and silver, different fiat currencies as well, all using Bitcoin. So feel free to check that out. Let's jump back into the charts really quick. Looking at our 2-day, starting to get that bearish count, but no signs of it closing below our previous candles too. Looking at our 3-day here. 3-day, we are starting to get that red, or we're getting that bullish count, but the bullish count's almost kind of wanting to top out here. We are getting that 8, so we'll have to see exactly how this next 3-day candle closes. With it closing on the 18th, which is tomorrow, we'll see what kind of count it gives us. Right now, it's not really giving us a count, which is kind of interesting. So we'll have to wait to see if this ends up being a 9. Obviously, that could definitely mean a top, or we start to indicate that reversal of that 1. So the rest of this day, I believe, is going to be a decision point for us moving forward. Right now, we are getting a green dot on our Cipher B. Money flow is also moving into that greenish territory, as you can see here. So really a decision point is going to need to be made with BTC moving forward in the next, by this week pretty much will be the decision point that we need for BTC to determine what it's going to decide to do. Let's move on into the 4-day. 4-day here. So we are still getting that bullish count here, but we can also see that we're still putting in a lower high. So this is actually a very good chart to kind of look at here. But you can see that these wicks actually match perfectly with this trend line support too. Now, obviously, the more we retest this trend line, the weaker it gets. So we have been retesting it very, very often here lately, and I would honestly think that it's probably gonna, end up breaking here pretty soon, but we could see one more potential sell-off before we finally see that breakthrough, and that sell-off could possibly lead us back down to that 8K area. That's kind of where I have an eye on as of right now, but we will really have to wait to see exactly if we decide to break through here. I know a lot of people are trying to front run this, anticipating the break up, but you need to be very careful in that, because if a lot of people are anticipating the breakup, then we could possibly see it move down, because that's how the whales like to play this game, right? And go against the majority of what people believe. And so we can see here, also on our blue waves, in correlation with that as well, that maybe this 4-day is going to get ready to give us a red dot also. We'll know something by the 20th, which is in a couple of days, by midweek of this week, to see what BTC wants to decide to do from here on out moving forward. We will have a better indication of whether or not we are actually going to break through this resistance line up ahead of us that has been keeping us down for a while. Moving on into our 5-day, this is a chart that I've really been interested in and keeping a close eye on as well, since I now have the TD sequential bitone vase in correlation with market Cipher. I almost feel that it's a very good confirmation for me to let me know that we could be seeing a topping out pattern here for the most part, just because we had our 9 back here with an arrow down. We are having another 9 here with an arrow down with another 1. We'll have to wait to see how this candle body closes here, and then if we end up starting to count into a bearish count, then we could possibly see another leg down too as well. The fact that our money flow also on our 5-day is kind of rounding off. We've been putting in lower highs on our green money flow. That is another firm possibility for me, at least, that we need to be very careful and cautious of trying to anticipate this break to the upside from here on out. Now we are getting a bullish count here on our 1, but if we get another bullish count of a 2 and we close below our 1, or we close above our 1, then yeah, we could definitely possibly see a break to the upside. But also I'm starting to see this blue wave here kind of round off just a tad bit, which I believe could be in very strong correlation with another red dot that could appear and indicate maybe a topping out pattern. A lower high here on our blue wave possibly could be putting in as well, not quite getting to that 60% area, but maybe end up putting in a red dot a little bit lower than that. So this has been a chart that I've really been keeping an eye on, and if you stuck around for this long, comment down below 5-day chart, so that way I know that y'all stuck around this long and that y'all have seen what I am seeing here. And I'm gonna go ahead and probably leave y'all with this, but yeah, very interesting stuff here from here on out. BTC needs to make a decision move by the end of this week, or actually probably by midweek. When does this candle close? On the 20th, and that is actually on Wednesday. So by midweek, BTC is going to need to make a decision whether or not it's going to top out or not, or if we continue to push higher. So we will see exactly how this decides to play out. Let's just look at our 6-day just for the heck of it. Putting in a 7 here, maybe one more 8, possibly to wick, maybe putting in a higher candle body close. Possibly 9,300 if anything. Very strong resistance above head of us, but can BTC do it? That's yet to be determined. We're going to be here every single day making videos for y'all, so I'm happy to start to introduce the TD sequential, or the TI sequential bitone vase as well. I prefer to use market Cipher, but obviously I do want to check out other indicators as well, so feel free to check out CryptoFace's channel if y'all are interested. He's been of major support for me too, highly encouraging me to continue making YouTube videos, so I want to thank him for that. And obviously go check out his channel, because he is killing it. He has been killing it lately, making $1 million trades, higher than more money than anyone I've seen on YouTube, making trades too as well. So highly encourage y'all to check him out. Much love to him. So yeah, but with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. We'll end it off with, hey, check out the Brave browser if y'all are interested. It's an easy way to earn passive income inside of the crypto space as well. You basically get paid out in BAT token by clicking on the bottom right hand corner down here. Whenever an ad pops up, you'll see the ads pop up like you did earlier in the video, and then I get paid out in a percentage of BAT token by the beginning of every single month. So I withdrew already. It withdraws just fine from the Brave browser. The Brave browser is actually made by the same people that make the Mozilla Firefox browser as well. So definitely good people behind it. So check it out. If you're a crypto enthusiast, you'll love it. And then CryptoTab browser is another browser that you can start mining Bitcoin straight from your web browser. So you can download this browser, get signed up for it, and then start mining BTC straight from the web browser itself. So I have it running on 2 different laptops that I don't really use anymore necessarily, and they're just there to create passive income for me, basically to mine BTC for me day in and day out. You can also download the app on your iPhone or your Android phone as well, and then have the phone or tablet also making passive income for you inside of the crypto sphere as well as crypto space. So check out the Instagram and Twitter handle if y'all are interested. And then also don't forget we have our Patreon membership that you can sign up for. Join us in the trading group as well. Learn how I set up my charts with all the private videos that I give y'all in there. There's quite a bit of content, so I highly encourage y'all to come check it out. But with that being said, y'all, you know where I stand right now. We could see that break above our key resistance levels, but it's going to need a lot of push from the bulls from here on out. So with that being said, y'all, thanks for coming back again. I highly appreciate it. Don't forget to leave that comment down below. Let me know that you're paying attention. 5-day chart if y'all stayed around for that long. And then subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video. We're doing our next giveaway at 3,000 subs. I'm giving away $100 in one of the top 5 cryptocurrencies. So later to be announced, but make sure that you get signed up for the newsletter in order to be qualified for that. I'll see you on the next one. CTO signing out.